What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl E, and you are right on time. So today we are going to be discussing what I like to call the loss, or when you're grieving. And we grieve all kind of things, and that's why I got my little thing on here today, because we are witnessing a person reflect on life, and as they reflect, they start to grieve. I was prompted to have this discussion because someone posted some real crazy nonsense in my post, and it made me realize that there are a lot of young, naive people in the world that follow our great girl, Peach McIntyre. This person went on to say all kind of weird, crazy things about people being jealous of Peach and wanting Peach's place. And it was really odd to me because I was like, how could she listen to any of my videos and figure I'm jealous of Peach when I'm always saying I want the best for her and putting her on a prayer list and giving her encouraging words that I want what Peach has. So it made me wonder. I said, you know what? These young people really are blinded. They have what's called a jaded eye for the truth. And that happens a lot when you're raised with the media. You have no sense of discernment or no idea of what's really happened. You have what they call a willing suspense of disbelief. It's like when you go to see scary movies and you know you're in a theater and you know it's scary, but you still sit there and you're scared when you know it's all fake. This is what these people have. They have allowed themselves to go into a delusional state of being. And so today I said I would like to talk about this state of being. And let's talk about the realities of what's going on as it relates to what's going on. And look at our girl, old Miss Peach, okay? Now, Peach did a video where she is now grieving the opportunities that she had and that she wasted, right? Which really was really interesting is that now that Peach has time to sit back and reflect on her behavior, she even admits that she could have been a better steward of her funds. Now, if Peach is admitting that she could have been a better steward of her funds, why are these crazy zealots out here waving the Peach Patch flag saying that it's different, that she did right? Even Peach admits that she could have been a better steward of her funds.
I'm spending so much time away from my kids. I'm spending the night with you at the casino. We losing thousands of dollars on Thursday nights when we spend the night and you get mad and won't talk to me and I just hustle and make the money back. I'm doing everything to make you happy. I bought your truck. I gave you $50,000 for your birthday. I gave the man over $200,000 of my hard-earned money and I don't even own a house. And he does this to me and it knocks me off of my rocker. Like, I don't know how to go on. I don't know how to continue. Everybody laughed at me. I end up getting my TikTok deleted with my money in the account. I had $4,800. I end up getting demonetized on Facebook. I went through so much at the same time. Had a miscarriage, like just L after L after L. And I'm still so angry at this man, right? And even now, so like when it comes to the car insurance stuff, I want him off of my car insurance. My car insurance is more money. He done got another ticket. And they won't let me remove him off of my car insurance. And I'm like, I'm not paying it. Which was a big mistake because, or I should at least went through it with my divorce, because that's what made my car insurance even higher. My car insurance right now for my husband, Big Greg, my son, Gregory McKay, and I is $2,058 a month. That's how much money I got to pay a month for car insurance for 3 vehicles. And that's crazy to me. My rent, $3,000. I'm paying this car insurance at the current moment by myself. So my life is so expensive and I'm still carrying a lot of the burden, and I get upset with my husband because I still don't feel like he's helping the way he should. Like, I'm happy you stopped drinking. I'm happy, you are helping with the kids, but now I want even more. Because I'm mad. My safety is in jeopardy. Me and my children should be in the house. But I put you first in a lot of things. I bought your truck first. Then I bought my minivan. Then I bought my car. When times got hard, I sold my car. You didn't have to go sell your truck. I sold my car, right? I'm the one that's willing to sacrifice it all. I'm the one that's willing to do all the work. And all I want to do is be treated with kindness. And I want him to grind just like I grind. I don't mind sharing his stuff. My husband claimed he don't care. I be like, do you mind? He said he don't care. But this is just what real life looks like. When you start putting other people before you, when you marry when you shouldn't marry. Maybe you married somebody who wasn't quite ready. I didn't want to get married. I did not want to get married. I know y'all find that so hard to believe. But I kept telling my husband, I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready to be faithful. I don't think you're ready to stop drinking. And he was like, I promise we get married, I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to be faithful. And he did.
So, to the young people that are out there and that are listening to this stuff, always keep a grip on reality and what's really going on. Now, let's look at what you hold up to be a great way of being. Peach admitted that of the millions of dollars that she had, this woman did not have health care insurance. She did not have car insurance. She did not have a home. What did she have? Cars. Those are called depreciables. They just depreciate. They bring no more value. The highest value that a car could ever bring is when they first sell it. After that, it's a downhill slope. So even if she spent $50,000, after the $50,000 is spent, it just depreciates more and more and more. It doesn't grow in any type of way. So she has 2 cars. 2. Well, now 3 because she bought the son one. But those are not assets. Those are depreciables. Okay? Now, did Peach buy any investment properties? No. What did we buy? We bought laptops. We bought computers. We bought Crocs. We bought passes to go to the amusement park. We took vacations. We bought jewelry. Now, there could be a place where she could maybe have some investments, but we sold it. Remember, she sold Wood's jewelry. Okay, now, so Peach has had $1 million run through her hands, but she has no real thing to show for it. Peach has admitted that she has a gambling problem. I find it interesting that Peach has a gambling problem because Peach has a gambling channel on YouTube, right? Now, if you watch Peach gambling channel on YouTube, you'll see Peach is what's called a frugal gambler, not a high roller gambler. And I find it interesting that of all the videos she wanted to show, Peach would only show the videos where she was debating whether or not she could spend $100, $50, $200. I never saw no videos where Peach was up there gambling thousands. And she has a whole channel dedicated to gambling. You would think that if she lost millions gambling, that at least her Gambling with Peach channel would be popping. That thing ain't released no videos in months. You are in the videos that you do release, you at the roulette table negotiating $100. Something is very off-putting with that. You mean to tell me this logical person has a whole channel that's dedicated to gambling and we don't see any of that money being gambled? Okay, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But to the logical thinking people that sit down and really have critical thinking, this is what the Peach Patch miss. They don't have any critical thinking abilities. Because if they did, they'd be like, she says she has a real gambling problem, but when I go to the the Peach McIntyre Gamble with Peach channel, all I see is her skimping off 100 here, 200 there, and then stopping and saying she's cheap. So was she lying to us on the Gamble with Peach channel? Anyway, it don't matter. Moving on. So we've laid that to rest. We're laying a lot of things to rest as we grieve this season of not doing what we should do with the money. You have 7 kids with no insurance on them? No health care insurance? So you mean to tell me you have just given your money away for a bunch of junk? A bunch of shoes, a bunch of Walmart bullshit, a bunch of Sam's bullshit, a bunch of processed food, a bunch of eating out unhealthily? And I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of a person that's riding dirty with 7 kids in a banged out van, filthy. I would like to give Peach a lot of advice. I really would like to mentor her. I really would. But she's too prideful for that. She probably would never want to even take any advice from a person like me. But the truth of the matter is, Peach would be very well off by now had she listened to a more seasoned woman that all of you young people are resentful and being mean towards. You guys don't even want to hear the truth. Y'all just want to keep giving her bad advice. But it is very, very irresponsible to have 7 kids and then blow $1 million and then go beg the hospital to help you get that bill paid down low. That's irresponsible, because it lays on that becomes the burden of people that really pay taxes, like myself. So when people go in there and lay up and have 7 kids and they can't afford them to take care of them, just because you could take them to McDonald's and you could take them to Wendy's and buy donuts and you could go to Starbucks and buy food, that doesn't mean you know how to take care of your kids. Taking care of kids means you're responsible for the $500,000 doctor bill that you laid up and made. That you don't lay that on the community. That you don't leave that to the hospital to have to pay for when you made money. Just because you're not on Section 8 or you're not on government assistance does not mean that you're still not a burden to the taxpayers and the citizens that are doing what they're supposed to be doing as adults. When you riding dirty with 7 kids in your van up and down the streets, you are a liability to all the other people who have insurance. That's why the insurance is so high in Florida, because you have a lot of irresponsible people doing irresponsible shit. So when you hit somebody, now the person with their insurance, they got to go file against their own insurance to handle some shit that you could have handled. But you would rather go lay up in the Starbucks parking lot or the Wendy's or the Chick-fil-A and stuff your gut instead of paying your bills. And for all you young people that are watching that, it is nothing to be jealous of running around here to have $1 million. You got $1 million only to go blow it in fast food restaurants and Walmart and goddamn in the grocery stores, Sam's, and a mall. You need $1 million to do that? No. That's low vibrational stuff. And the reason why I'm making this video is because when you have a poor mindset, I don't know about them poor mindsets, but when you have a poor mindset, you think you're doing well just because you're able to pay bills. That is a mindset of not having enough. When you have a mindset that understands that when you get money like that, you should do better and invest it and put it in places where it could grow. That's the type of mindset you want to promote. Not no, I'm going to go to City Trends and ball out. I'm going to go to, what's the other store? rainbow and ball out. I'm going to take a trip and just eat like a fool. And it's really sad, y'all. This is really sad. And for the people that don't understand, if a person tell you they made $1 million and they are now broke, that means that they did not handle their tax burdens. You don't have to ask these questions. You know these things. How do you know these things? Because when you are handling your information, handling your money, you don't go pull it out as soon as it's put in there. People go pull their money out immediately when they have garnishments. Garnishments take money out of bank accounts, right? That's why they pull it out, because they don't want it to be reported. Well, it's already reported as soon as the trace goes through. So y'all know this but what's happening is you're missing the opportunity for them to garnish it, because it doesn't garnish immediately. So the money has to hit, and then after the money hits, the garnishments can then attach to the account, and then the money can be transferred. But when a person have that type of situation, they run and they go take it out before the garnishments could actually be transferred. Because normally people leave their money in their bank accounts and then they use their debit cards or credit cards to make transactions. But when you're trying to elude, tax issues, you want to be in a cash-based system. Why would I be jealous of that? Because when you move in a cash-based system, you can't qualify for stuff. So you guys remember when Peach was saying that Drill could go qualify for a house because she had good credit, because she had the taxes, because she reported her taxes? Yeah, Drill could go get a house because she reports her money and her money is being calculated. The reason why Peach can't go buy a house is although she makes the money is not being calculated through the taxes, and therefore can't be verified through underwriting so that she can get a mortgage. So the only way that she could get a house is if she just flat out bought a house, because no one's going to finance her because she can't go through underwriting. But see, you young people don't know this type of thing. All you see is money. You see people eating out. You see people buying shit into your little feeble mind. That's doing well, but it's really not. It's like a hamster wheel. Now, we're going to move on to why this is problematic for Peach right now. It is problematic for Peach right now because YouTube was paying a lot of money back in 2020 and 21 and 22 because the economy was stimulated with a whole bunch of fraudulent PPPs. Remember, like Peach talked about the family going and having PPPs? Right. So what happened is a bunch of people who went and fraudulently got PPPs went out and they stimulated the economy, and they had all of these robust numbers going out for people who had companies, right? So let me give you an example. Walmart, Target, and all of these big corporations, they have automated systems that says if normally in this season we order 25 blow dryers and we sell maybe 3 a week, or let's just say 2 a day, the system knows that in the next time they will order the 2 and we would be okay. What happened with the PPP and this economy being overstimulated is as soon as these people who did not have money management skills like Peach McIntyre got their PPP checks, they went out to the store and they bought like a MFer. They bought any and everything. And so what they did was they tore the damn operating systems up. So now the system is saying, oh my God, instead of 10 blow dryers, we need to order 30 because we sold out all of them in one day. So then the system started to generate more orders, more inventory. So more inventory kept coming and people kept buying, and the system started to add more and more and more until it was a whole lot of inventory. And now these loose fools have went through all of their PPP and stimulated the economy to make them believe that we need to raise the prices of the blow dryers because there's a demand. That's called a hyper demand. So these lunatics created a hyper demand for a whole lot of products with systems believing that it would continue. But it didn't continue because it wasn't stimulated by real growth. It was stimulated by fraud, right? So when that started happening, the blow dryer companies, the hair flat iron companies start saying, whoa, we need to start spending money on advertising because things are really blowing up. Consumers have a lot of money. So they start putting more money in what's called an ad server. You guys don't understand this stuff, but I do because I am a marketer, right? So when the ad server starts saying how much, an ad server basically what it does is it's like a broker, and it says there's a demand for this. You need to get your service or product out. People have a lot of money. This is how much it costs. That trickles down to AdSense, and that's how people like me get paid. Now, my RPM or my clicks per million right now is not as high as they were in 2020 or 21 or 22. Why is that, class? It is because the actual demand for ads are not as high because the advertising budgets are lower. The advertising budgets are lower because the products and services aren't selling as much because the consumer don't have the PPP to pay for said products and said services. So there's a trickle down effect. So people that have good sense, that went to college and understand business and marketing, they knew this is an overstimulated market. It is a false market. So when you have these type of opportunities, this is when you save your money because you know the bubble will burst. And guess what, guys? The bubble bursted. And so now you have people like Peach McIntyre, who's now sitting over there, who thinks that, hey, I can go pull the money out of the sky when you can't because there's no PPP, there's no stimulated, there's no EDIs, there's none of this money that a lot of people use to stimulate the economy. So people can't afford to pay for your courses anymore because they don't have what's called disposable income. They don't have the disposable income like they did with the PPP or the EDIs or the unemployment licks that they were running. These people are now looking for jobs on top of jobs. They're driving Uber. They're driving Lyft. They have a side job at McDonald's. They got another job at the Amazon. They got jobs out the Wazookie because they now they have to pay for this high-ass rent. They have to pay for high-ass food. They have to pay for all of these high-ass products that the lunatics went out and drove the prices up. So when that happens is people pull back. And when people pull back on spending, companies pull back on advertising. And when companies pull back on advertising, AdSense don't have the money to pay those high RPMs anymore. So it's never going to be the same like that anymore. That was called a renaissance of opportunity that you let get through your hands because you didn't keep your eye on the prize. Now, for those of us who were smart enough, we calculated on those things, right? So if your husband has a business and you went out and you understood that, hey, this is a golden opportunity. People want to get their basements redone. People want to get their houses remodeled. People want to go and open up business and need you to build out build outs. We took those opportunities and we saved the money. Right. We saved the money. We invested the money. And so now we have the opportunity to sit back and shuck and jive on these YouTube streets and still have insurance and still have paid off cars and still can have chickens. Y'all, we have chickens in the garden because we don't want to be a part of this whole debacle of how you gonna eat and make a living. So when you sitting around here and you buying processed foods and the rest of that, you could have had a whole house with a whole garden with a whole chickens. And listen to this. If you got 5 acres and you was doing what they call agriculture on it, you could have got even more government help. But y'all listening to the wrong people. Y'all listening to a loose fool that wants to eat the worst food of all, Taco Bell. Taco Bell is the worst processed shit you could ever eat. You will sit there and listen to a person enjoy Taco Bell and throw shit down their throat from Starbucks on how to get your mind right. And this person clearly has an issue with getting their mind right. Because if your mind was right, if you had the right mindset, you would have had insurance on your children. You would have had dental insurance on your children. You would have had life insurance on yourself and your children. You would have had car insurance. You don't even have the basics. So tell me again, why am I jealous? I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous at all. I am concerned. I am truly concerned for her well-being and those children's well-being. I want them to be phenomenal, great, blessed, and all that stuff. But we have to be accountable for our actions. Now, Peach is coming to the light to tell y'all, and the reason why she's coming to the light is not that she's being, I told y'all that. This woman didn't tell y'all shit. That is called a manipulation of words. You go and you drop things, but you're not very straightforward. You talk around issues. The issue is this woman made money and now does not have the financial fitness to be able to weather this difficult storm that we're getting ready to move into. I keep telling you about this. Winter is coming. Not the physical winter, but the winter of a season where our economy is not going to hold up for where people like Peach will be able to go and pull money out of the sky anymore. Why? It's because people are holding on to their money tighter. And that's why the courses are $1.99, $1.79. Because she's just trying to play the quantity game. But when you're renting, all you are is a consumer. Period. So when I offered to say, Peach, go buy yourself an RV, I really meant that. Because at least she could have a solid foundation for where she's living, where her money would not just keep running out the door. She could figure out where she want to live. Excuse me. She could spend time with her children and they could figure out life as she rebuilds herself. But it's going to be extremely difficult for her to do that while paying rent, paying that high-ass insurance, or paying health care. And another thing for you guys to understand, when you hit a certain tax bracket, or anybody that filed taxes will tell you this, it is against the law not to have insurance, health insurance. I don't know if you guys knew that. So when a person tells you they don't have insurance and they're pulling money out of the bank, you believe they've paid and handled a necessary debt to the IRS? If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell to you. Okay? So this is all about having the situational awareness to understand when you're being bamboozled and being hustled for some money. And I'm not trying to stop her hustle because I know she needs it. But I'm saying when you go and you buy these courses, buy the courses under the pretense of helping her family out, not as to go and get information. Because the information you really need to be successful on any of these platforms are not necessarily going to be captured in that. What you're really doing is helping her make it into the 21st, make it into her next drop of money. And that's okay. That's okay to help a person that needs help. But I also would like to believe that if you are out here asking people to help you put food on the table for you and your 7 kids and your husband that does not want to jump in and help you, that it will behoove you to treat people with a certain level of respect, right? Because clearly customer service is not your thing. So if you're not good at customer service, that means you're not good at running a business, because there is not one business that's going to be successful with not giving a certain level of customer service. So at least get on these internet streets and be decent. You don't have to call people bees and hoes and cussing them out and acting like you're so witty and so smart. Clearly people they are dialing into your channel because they want to watch your journey. That's why they're there. People love to watch train wrecks. But it'll be up to you to decide whether or not it's going to be a train wreck or it's going to be something worth watching. I would prefer you do the latter and have it be something worth watching, because you can truly be inspirational to the girls that are out there in the projects, to the girls that are on Section 8. But let's be very honest with that. That golden opportunity, that golden goose egg that used to be there, guys, it is not there, right? It is gone. I had people that had YouTube channels and that managed big YouTube accounts. And they say the same thing. The money that was there is no longer there, okay? And in my total transparency, because I really don't care, my channel has only garnered maybe $300, $400. Do you think I can have a lifestyle with $300 or $400? Hell no. So understand that all things come to an end, and in this new season, you have to be able to pivot, right? If you were smart, you would be getting involved in AI and automation and how to use these tools. That's where it's going, right? And then y'all should get to know people. Someone made a comment on one of my posts, and I was trying to explain to them. When you teach marketing at the highest level, which I did, I worked for a Fortune 50 company where I taught MBA students who came into the corporation the new methodologies and the best practices of building deployment plans, insight to actions, and all of these type of situational things to be able to see trends, make decisions, come up with new opportunities, and pivot to something new. We taught that. I taught that. I'll even put some clips of my classes. So I'm not sitting on here bumping my gums. I had a internet show that was extremely successful that went on to become a network show. I'm not just running my mouth. I'm telling you guys things that could really, really assist in you understanding how you need to use these platforms now going forward. But if you just want to watch the what they call them nowadays, if you just want to watch the machinima or the coon activity of people putting on shuck and jiving shows, hitting licks and stealing money, then continue. Enjoy the show. But don't come over to my comment sections leaving no foolishness in my comment section for anything talking about there is no jealousy on this part, babe. None. What am I jealous of? You sound ridiculous. So for all the young people out there, please learn how to eat the meat and spit out the bones. Enjoy yourself. Watch the Peach Patch. But don't for 1 minute become delusional and watching this shit and thinking it is real. Because the only real thing about it is that lady have 7 kids and a husband that don't want to help her, a high insurance bill, no health insurance, and renting a house and trying to figure out how she can keep herself from going to Section 8. That is the truth. That's the truth. And that's what's hurting her. That's what's making her sad. And I understand it. I would be I would be the same way if I was in that situation with 7 kids and not having a man who wanted to stand up and be accountable with me, and knowing that that ship has passed with no real skill set to go out here and pull that kind of money out of the universe again. Had she had better business practices, had she tried to develop her courses more into a coursework instead of a lick, she could have grown that opportunity. But you have burnt that opportunity down, and you now have shown yourself to be someone who has an addictive behavior that will make them do and say anything to get money. That's not good for credibility. That's not good for growing anything. So I'm saying all this to say is, while you watch Peach, y'all continue to click her like button, but y'all also make sure y'all get down on y'all knees and pray for her, because she is going through a very, very difficult season, extremely difficult season. And anybody else who don't take advantage of the opportunities that they have while they have them will see the same fate. Now, I got to go. I've grieved enough. I've talked enough. But y'all think about what I told y'all. Don't sit up here and let nobody sell you no damn bridge so that they can make it another month. Because what truly needs to happen is, well, y'all really don't want to know what I want to say about that. But what truly needs to happen with Peach is that she really needs to revamp her image. She needs to rebrand herself. And she needs to get back on path with what got her to be who she is. And for those who've watched, like myself, since the very beginning, when she was, walking the streets talking, we know her channel did not grow quickly. We saw that it wasn't until she started doing, what all these other mommies do on these pages, is have babies and pull their breast out. The channel didn't move. It wasn't until she started bringing wood on and clowning, the channel didn't move. So now what you have is a bunch of what we call in marketing is you have a saturated pool of uninterested buyers. You have an inflated number of people that follow you, but you can't get them to move to action because they're all there for different reasons. You have some that are there to see the train wreck. You have some that are there that are freaks that came just to see you with your boobies out. You have some that are there because they're into, they want to see how you work it out with wood. You have some that are there to see what wood gonna do. You have some that are there to want to watch you do hauls. You have your followers are so all over the place that you can't concentrate them enough to have them move to an actionable way for you to monetize them. So your number is big, but your movement is slow, right? You may have a person that may only have 1,000 subscribers. But if they're all there and they understand why they're there and the person is serving them what they're looking for, they could probably pull more money out of their YouTube followers than Peach could now, because she's diminished her brand. But anyway, I gotta go, y'all. That's enough talking. I could talk forever on that. I just wanted to let y'all know I don't have no reason to be jealous of this woman. I really do wish her the best with her and the dang kids. But this foolishness needs to be stopped, and people need to start having a certain level of real critical thinking skills. And I'm concerned about the type of people we got out here now. It's a whole bunch of loose fools running crazy, and they don't give a shit. They don't even have enough sense to look at what's really going on and put 2 and 2 together. They still coming out with 6. Anyway, I gotta go because I gotta go cook my oxtails, water my plants, and feed my chickens. And y'all have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. Oh, before you leave though, please do your girl a favor and hit the like button, because it helps me out in the algorithm. And y'all know I am trying to be all up in through that thing, okay? Please do that for me. And also, if you've enjoyed yourself so far and you want to stick around and see more, I would love, 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 love to see you again and have you. Please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notifications, because your girl's a little sporadic. I'm trying to get more consistent and a schedule down, but I don't right now because I have a whole real life. But hit the notification, and when I do go live, or if I do have something to put on here to post, you will catch it, and I'd love for you to see it. So please make sure you do those things. So I am out. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day, and keep Peach and Miss Tracy. Speaking of Miss Tracy, y'all, Miss Tracy was out having a good time. I was so happy to see her out shaking the tail feather. Her and her mom and her husband looked like they had a beautiful time, and I think that's just wonderful, because that's what life is about. So salute to you, Miss Tracy, and your husband and your family. Y'all look like y'all had a beautiful time. I would have probably enjoyed that type of get down, because I love to shake my tail feather every now and again. But anyway, y'all keep the family in prayer. No negative energy. Please, y'all make sure y'all put some positive energy towards them. And I will see y'all on the next one. So in between time, I am out.